Lauren Wolf of Mathematics, and I did not introduce Linda Miles, the other MC. She is the librarian. Thank you. Okay, so now we are coming to our last panel, which is Voices of Impact, an open mic session on the transformative power of the Center of Teaching and Learning. Moderator will be Carlos Guevara, Director, Office of Educational Technology, and Co-Director, CTL. Would you like to take?
I didn't know that I was with the moderator. So we wanted to make sure that we have an opportunity for the audience to share, to ask any questions, or to share what has been your involvement with the Center for Teaching and Learning through these years, and how that has made an impact in your professional lives. Does anybody would like to say a few words? I know I have a couple of members of the council here as well.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Professor Soho from Mathematics Department, and I have been a member of the council for almost 3 years plus, and they have to retire me, so that's before I leave the council, because I don't want to leave the council. But it was fun, you know. At my debut at Hostos Community College, I'll say that without the council, without the CTL, I will be lost. Because coming from four-year college, teaching over there, and coming to community college with the philosophy here, I fell in love with the community. But how can I start myself to really integrate the community was difficult. And the CTS helped me a lot with all the information that they provide, and all the just a meet between the faculty and seat, you know, for hour and sometimes hour 15 minutes, because we want to keep the meeting in 1 hour short, is very, very informative. And I encourage anybody to, that when you want to brainstorm, or when you have any idea that you really want to implement, this is the group that you can fall back on, because they are open. Does not matter where you come from, does not matter what field you are in, as long as it is the idea you want to nurture, they are ready to be able to help you, to push you, go over your boundary. And that stick with me, because in every classes that I go, I tell my student, yes, I'm here, but I'm here to push your boundary. Because I know that you are capable. You are not just here to do your test, your homework, and expect to pass the class. No, you have to learn something, and that even your eye closed, you can relate that to somebody else. And pushing your boundary will bring you to that level. So CTL helped me, and I continue helping my students every day with that. So thank you very much, and that's my what I take from there, and I invite everyone to take part.
Thanks a lot for your words. Anybody else would like to? The MC can also participate.
Oh yeah, I'd like to say something. Sure. Hi everybody. You enjoying the yummy food? So the more I know about Hostos, the more I am convinced that we should really be looking at ways to incorporate the teaching philosophy in our day-to-day work as educators. According to Dr. Carlos Rojas, one of the University of Puerto Rico scholars that has extensively researched Hostos' work, we are reminded the fundamental idea of Hostos in that the education is a guide for the formation of a complete human being. It implies the intimate unity of the different dimensions of the human being: body, sensitivity, intelligence, and ethical awareness, and sociability. Education is not only the development of knowledge, of intellectual skills, but involves the entire human being. So as educators of the college, named after him, we face the goal every day, how we are contributing to make the complete woman and men through our teaching. How we are to make complete women and men through our teaching. Thanks so much, and that's why I'm a part of CTL. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. And Lauren and Linda, they did a great job as MCs. We're pushing those boundaries. I mean, I would like to say a couple of words as new faculty, as a...
I mean, I will say this without getting up to the mic. I was sort of thrown into CTL by Naveen Farudia, who thought it was a great way for me to start my service at the university. And she paired it with the Writing Center. And to be honest, I think it's been wonderful. So, good job with that. But because CTL has given me the opportunity to bridge between the admin and the teaching faculty and the students. So I work with students a lot in the Writing Center, I work with tutors, but CTL has allowed me to sort of go beyond the Writing Center and just working with students to see how, in reality, education is a network, right? We all know that the school doesn't run just with teachers and just with students. It doesn't run with just administration. It's really a connection between all these things and a sharing of ideas. Because without that, we sort of stagnate, and students are the ones who ultimately lose out. So I've been really happy to be involved this past year with CTL and sort of building those bonds and continuing them. Thank you.
Great. So imagine if Amina came here, right, to speak up.
It wouldn't be that eloquent if I come up.
Thank you. So we know that we have to provide you with a chair.
Maybe our school dean wants to say something.
Sure. I know how you feel.
I just am wondering, Andy, you didn't mention Bear Mountain. Kobe, we went all the way up to Bear Mountain. I know, it was wonderful. This is just a wonderful panel, and I mean, the Center for Teaching and Learning has done so much for our faculty and our students in so many ways over the years, which is why I thought it would be great to be on it when she first got here. But really, it's just to have a place to talk about teaching, to talk about what we do in our classrooms, and to really think through what we're doing is so important. Because if we don't have that, then we're alone in our classrooms and we're not connected. And the most important thing for teaching and professional growth is to find those connections. So thank you to the Center for Teaching and Learning for creating that space.
Thank you, Andrea. Our faculty are here. You want to take? Yes? Please.
Thank you very much. I am here. I'm honored to be here to see Professor Cynthia Young, Professor Amanda Bernard-Carlo. She is the one who told me you have to come to see what we did about COVID, because she told about that, and it's really impressive when I look back. And I really want to see all the professors that I had as a mentor during my tenure track to be leading this change that we need these days, because it's very important right now that the percent of the students that we get on campus, not on campus like probably not in person, but literally to be following their classes and to feel that they are connected, even though they are from their own houses. I want them to see there. I don't want just the picture of one successful student that we already have them. I would really like to see that even though we have a gentrification process in the south of the Bronx, in 20 years from now, Hostos is going to be excellence. And our students are still going to be a diverse community. Because I was living in Williamsburg back in the times when I was in adjunct, that I was doing a research process. When we talk about adjuncts, we really have to include them in the conversation, because otherwise we will not be able to have a high percentage of students reach out to them, considering the high percentage of adjunct professors we have in each of our departments. So we need to be able to fund places, and it's not only about teaching, about food, okay? Because when we get a PhD and we are professors, a lot of us and another, we have a very high level of education. We don't do it for food. Of course we eat when we come here, because probably we didn't even have food during the entire day, but that's what happened to me today. So I would really like to see this communication place, and these times requires everyone to learn about ChatGPT and artificial intelligence, because we need to be the mentors of our students' progress. Otherwise, we are not really attaining any type of work. We really need to make sure they can use artificial intelligence without losing what it means to work with their own hands, using a microscope. So I really want to congratulate all my previous mentors, also Carlos Guevara. Thank you so much, because we need these venues, but we need this online, this everywhere we are, because this is Hostos and this is a faculty of professors that the students and that I never, this is the reason why we are here, not the food. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen. No, and the food is just to make sure that you cross Dora. I mean, right, Julie?
Okay, so I want to thank the CTL for the community building that they've done over the years. I haven't been part of the CTL council, but from day one, joining the Hostos community, participating in brown bag lunches, in brewery groups, Kobe when it started, different levels. I was recipient of 2 Kobe's and one sort of like the in-between step that I was doing, working with Nelson. And those were wonderful opportunities to grow as an educator. Actually, it was one of the COVID projects which morphed into some of the work I took with my writing intensive classes. It's still ongoing. I keep looking for new assignments to try to get our students to improve in their learning, to develop their critical thinking skills, because it's not just memorizing a whole bunch of facts. And it's also with the interactions with some of the different faculty I've had over the years, being part of this community. I had a project with an English professor infusing environmentalism into her English class, and one of the things that I wish we could do a little bit better with the interdisciplinary teaching. But regardless of that, maybe not quite working out the way it would be, maybe a little bit better, it's still a wonderful project, and still in its own way ongoing. It actually helped to instigate the development of the food studies classes and programs. Still talk about that. Maybe someday we'll revisit it, or indirectly doing it with the use of with the issues with single-use plastics. Also gives community building, gives the ability to which is unusual because I've been at other campuses. We have this wonderful community of educators that where we can talk not just in our own discipline, which is certainly a value, appreciated, but we can talk outside of our disciplines, colleagues in different departments. And besides the English environmentalism project, I worked quite a bit with somebody in behavioral social sciences. That project didn't get off the ground. It infused a way of thinking about my own assignments to get some more thinking about civic engagement, which is really important. Because it's, again, not just memorizing facts, it's not just even the critical thinking, it's thinking who we are as human beings and how we fit in with mankind and also in the whole world, and thinking about what we're doing. So I want to thank CTL and all the offshoots and that Kobe, etc., for giving this opportunity, these venues, to be able to develop as educators in our pedagogical level.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you, Julie. And you know, we are talking about the impact that CTL has caused in our lives, and I know there's somebody that doesn't like to talk, someone that does a lot behind the scenes. I would like to invite Luz to come and give a few words. That was not part of the program.
I do want to say thank you to everybody, all that you enjoyed this event. In the future event that we have. Thank you.
How has CTL impacted your life, your profession?
I grew up a lot working on CTL. I enjoy my work with my team, my co-directors, Cynthia and Carlos, and the leadership. I'm learning a lot with them, and also Isel and Hubert that is not here today. Yeah, I think I like. Thank you.
I like to push my team to speak up, and I would like also to invite Itzel to come and say a couple of words. Itzel has been with us since the beginning when I started as director, and I would love to hear from Itzel how she has grown through this.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Itzel. I'm always sending you guys emails. Sometimes I'll be sending more than one. But CTL has helped me a lot, has helped me grow. I've been with Sarah and then Carlos and Luz, and I really enjoy working with all of them.
They are part of everything that happens behind the scenes, and everything that we're able to coordinate and collaborate. It takes a village, the saying says, and it's what we're able to do with bringing all of those supports in mind, all of those contributions, conversations that we have, and to make sure that we continue. Right? It's 20 years. We hope that this continues to be. It's not easy to have initiatives that last long in higher education, and we are very fortunate to see how CTL has stayed here for 20 years, and the foundations are established, and then we hope that those foundations continue to be preserved, and also making sure that we are able to expand it, continue innovating. And I think with that, we want to thank our fellow co-directors or former directors in coming this, to everybody for coming today. And there's more food. Let's continue to mingle, and thank you for coming.